I would like to ask the Minister for Enterprise what research he has conducted into the reasons why visitors came to the island in the last 12 months.
I call the Minister for Enterprise to reply.
Good morning, yes, excellent. The Isle of Man has a fabulous range of attractions, natural, heritage and event-based, that attract people from all around the world to come and share with us. Consequently, it is important that we understand why visitors come in order to encourage both repeat visits and also new visits from similar audience profiles. The main piece of research is through the annual passenger survey carried out by the Economic Affairs Division of the Cabinet Office. The survey asks visitors about the purpose for their visit, and the categories of purpose of visit in the survey are business visitors, visiting friends and relatives, day trippers, and period visitors in paid accommodation. These are the leisure visitors who we have the most interest into the reasons for visiting our island. Assessment on why they came in a number of ways depending on who they are. For example, the annual TT survey for TT visitors. The Festival of Motorcycling survey and the Southern 100 surveys also provide further information. In addition, Manx National Heritage conduct their own surveys, and the Honourable Member will be aware in Department of Infrastructure for Heritage Railways, which he has responsibility, conduct their own customer surveys. And individual events that the Department supports, from the bowling to darts to cycling to walking, also have a clear reason as to why the visitor came for the event itself. Overall, the Department is actively involved in events that provide around half of all our leisure visitors, and therefore have a reasonable understanding as to the purpose of their main visit. This is an area that we are continuing to build upon, and the Visit Agency has been looking for better insights into our visitor profiles, using focus groups and research, including those who do not come as well as those who do, through an organisation called Strategic Research and Insights, and is looking to develop this knowledge further. Gurumaya.
Question, Mr. Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy President, and thank you, Minister. The island has many unique features and a strong heritage. Have these attractions brought people to the island, or are we failing to raise awareness about these key assets?
Minister to reply.
Gurumaya, indeed, yes, our attractions are a key asset, as we very, very well know. And that goes from, as I stated, our natural asset, I think, is probably one of our strongest one, the heritage asset, and as mentioned, of course, people do come here for events, and nearly over half of them actually do so on events only.
Question, Mr. Shimmons.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy President. The Minister highlighted the various surveys that we conduct, the TT Races Survey, the Manx National Heritage Visitor Survey and the Heritage Railways Visitor Survey. I've read through all of these surveys, and at times it seems to me that if all of these people were coming individually for these particular things, there'd be no room in Douglas, because I do wonder about the danger of duplication and triplication, perhaps, for some of these surveys. How does he take account of that when he's looking at the output of these surveys to make sure we're not overinflating for various different attractions?
Minister to reply.
Gurumaya, the question is all around why, the reasons why visitors come to the Isle of Man, and I think the Honourable Member highlights the fact that there are obviously a lot of information out there in terms of these different surveys conducted by different bodies, and I would suggest that data is really very, very important to understand our target profile audience, and this is where our Visit Agency is really coming into being here, because they have the responsibility for promotion of this really important sector for our island. So this data is important, and how they disseminate that information and therefore target our resources is absolutely vital. So they are conducting some independent research which is done off-island to understand why people actually don't come to the island, as well as why people do actually come here as well. So it is helpful, it is useful, and it is for the Visit Agency to disseminate that and ensure that we have the right policies and strategies coming forward.
Question, Mr. Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy President. Does the Minister have any indication of how much the Department allocated the collection of this data in the last 12 months?
Minister to reply.
Good morning, yes, Ectoran. As highlighted, the department, or rather the visit agency, has very little in terms of its resource in this particular space. It's done independently, and the predominant one there, of course, is done by the Cabinet Office, the Economic Affairs division of the Cabinet Office. So as far as the department is concerned, our resource in this is relatively minimal because it's mostly done external, of which one of those customer surveys is in your own area, Honourable Member.